Hey tubers, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to do goddess braids. As you can see, these are some of the products and items you're going to need to do the splendid job of goddess braids. Some weave, some hairpiece, some shea butter, water, edge control, scissors, a detangling brush, a thin comb, and a hair clip. I'm going to show you again. Let's get started. So after making it straight and fine, you're going to part it twice and then recombine it, and then you start planting onto your customer's hair. So once you've started planting, use some of the edge control to straighten the hair just so that it works nicely into the hairpiece, especially if it's an afro, so that you don't have those snug little split ends. Just keep working it fine until it is nice and smooth into the hairpiece. Plaited just about enough, you decide at which point, then you start adding in the weave parts that you've cut off from the tracks. You use the hair clip to hold it up, you use the gel to again work it into the braid so that you don't have any of those snug split ends, and then you start braiding again. And then once you're done, you unloosen the hair clip and there you go, and then you just keep repeating as you go. So a little later on in the video, I will do a close-up of how you work the weave into the hairpiece and braid it down. But for now, this is how you can do it. So to avoid the back and forth, I just take a thumb full of edge control and I put it on the back of my hand. It just makes it so much easier when I'm braiding for me to just take from there rather than having to go back and forth into the jar. now here's the tricky part, which is the end. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in, but I'm not going to gel it down this time. And then I'm going to braid it down, and just when I feel it's around about a sufficient amount, then I tie a knot. I use the strand that I'm going to tie a knot with, and I gel it down so that it's nice and tight, and then I start tying a knot. And once that is done, then tie it about 3 times, and then once that is done, I cut off the straight split ends from the hairpiece so that you're left with nothing but the curl at the bottom. As mentioned to you earlier, I did say I was going to show you a close-up of how you work in the weave into the braid. Now you slide the weave at the back, and then you gel down the little bit of it that's left, and then you braid it down. You use the hair clip to tie it up so that you don't accidentally plait it in, and you keep repeating the process until you feel you've done enough. You can do 3 or 2 times depending on you. Last part that I was talking about. The last piece of strand you put in again, the same as the others, but this time you don't gel it down. You just keep plaiting depending on how long you want it. Once you've done enough, then you take one piece of straight strand hair from the hairpiece, you gel it so that it's nice and tight, and then you start to tie a knot. Now I am a safety chick, so I do about 3 or 2 knots depending on how I feel. Like if it's strong enough, then I'll do 2, but this time I think I did about 3 just to make sure. Then once you're done tying the knots, you're going to cut off that strand, and once you've done cutting it off, you're going to cut off the other leftover pieces of the strands that are straight, and then you gel down the leftover piece into the curly weave. So you gel it nicely so that it works nicely into the curl, so that it doesn't look random. See? You cut off the straight. And there it is. There we go. Goddess braids done and dusted. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys did enjoy my tutorial. Please leave me some of your comments on how you found this video, or also if you tried it, tell me how it went. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you don't miss on any of the videos I've got in store for you. Thanks, tubers. Bye.